East. All right. Yankees rotation issues. As I mentioned before, they have 6 starters. They are CC Sabathia, Bartolo Colon, Freddie Garcia, AJ Burnett, Ivan Nova, and Phil Hughes. Now, they're probably going to narrow it down to 5 starters, but Joe Girardi, the manager, he isn't sure who to take out yet. Burnett, Nova, or Hughes seem the choices that he would take out. Garcia, Colon, and Sabathia are all having good seasons. They brought Nova up from the minors a couple of weeks ago, and he's fighting for a spot in the rotation. He has a 10-4 record, so we'll see how that plays out. The Yankees are also trying to figure out who their number 2 man is in the rotation. They have CC Sabathia as their ace, but they're trying to figure out whether to put Bartolo Colon or Freddie Garcia or maybe even someone else as their number 2 starter if they make the playoffs. But enough with baseball, let's go to football now. The biggest news in football today is that Tim Tebow is listed as the number 2 quarterback on the Broncos depth chart. There is no change in the order from a year ago. Kyle Orton is number 1, Tebow's number 2, and Brady Quinn is number 3. Tebow's obviously winning the popularity contest in Denver. The crowds at the team's Dove Valley headquarters are dotted with Tebow jerseys because his number 15 is one of the league's best sellers, but it's hard to find an Orton jersey. Kyle Orton said about Tim Tebow being the fan's favorite, "Thank God the people don't make the decisions on who's starting," he said. He's obviously fighting for a job. They're both good players, and with the NFL's first preseason game starting on Thursday, we'll see how that plays out in Denver. Their coach will be faced with a very big decision come regular season time. Other NFL news is the New York Giants rookie cornerback and first-round pick, Prince Amukamara, is out for 8 to 10 weeks with a broken foot during his first day in camp. That's a big blow to the Giants as they now have Osi Umenyiora injured too, and their defense is really going to have to step it up if they want to contend this year with the so-called Eagles' dream team. The Baltimore Ravens signed running back Ricky Williams to replace Willis McGahee, who was released days before training camp. Williams was a part of the Miami Dolphins team last year. He's a veteran. Deion Sanders, Marshall Faulk, Shannon Sharp, Richard Dent, Chris Hamburger, Les Richter, and Ed Sabol were enshrined into the Pro Football Hall of Fame Saturday night. Now, there wasn't that much of a crowd there as usual because of the Hall of Fame game being canceled. That was supposed to be on Sunday, but since the NFL had a 100-plus day lockout, they canceled that. Now, let's see the 2011 NFL preseason schedule. The games start Thursday, as I mentioned. The 2 7:30 games are Jacksonville at New England and Baltimore at Philadelphia. The 8 o'clock game on ESPN is Seattle at San Diego. Now remember, Seattle Seahawks won their division last year and made it to the playoffs with just a 7-9 record. So we'll see how they do this year, if they can win their division again or if it will be stronger. Denver Broncos are at Dallas at 8:30 on Thursday, and Arizona, with their newly picked up Kevin Kolb from the Eagles, are at Oakland at 10 o'clock Eastern. On Friday, there are 5 games like Thursday. There are 3 7:30 games. They are Pittsburgh at Washington, Miami at Atlanta, and Cincinnati at Detroit. The 2 8 o'clock games, Tampa Bay at Kansas City, that will be on Fox, and San Francisco at New Orleans. On Saturday, there are 5 games also. The 1 7:30 game is Green Bay at Cleveland. That will be on the NFL Network. And the 4 8 o'clock games are Minnesota at Tennessee, Indianapolis at St. Louis, New York Giants at the Carolina Panthers. We'll see how Cam Newton does as in his first preseason game since being drafted. And Buffalo at Chicago. On Monday Night Football, we have the New York Jets at the Houston Texans. That will be at 8 o'clock on ESPN. All right, you got to love how football's back now. We didn't know if we would have it this season because of the lockout, but now it's back, and I mean, you really should watch it this year. Brett Favre's not going to be there. Actually, you never know with him. He's so indecisive. He might even come back, but it looks like he'll be out. All right. Thank you for watching the first episode of Gear Up with Michael Peters, and have a wonderful day.